We are live from Johnny's Donut Studios. This is the Mad Bomber podcast, and this is a special edition of Raider Roundtable. And I'll tell you, this is what the three of us had to endure this weekend. If you weren't aware, it was 31-0. And that was 31-0 Chiefs, and it really wasn't even close. After 7 games, we got a problem. I'll tell you what, walking into this stadium, it gave me the chills when I got there. It was like I was at an Oakland Coliseum circa 1980, right before the Raiders moved down to LA. This place was humming, and like it was in Oakland before they came back, it was very friendly. There was people that came up to me, and I didn't get any barbecue offered to me. The other guys may have, I didn't, but we got there pretty early, and when we were walking through the place, it was unbelievable. These Chiefs fans, they come out, and I mean, for good reasons. They got Patrick Mahomes. They've been winning. They got Super Bowls. They got rings. There was no one giving the Raider fans any crap. They're going to talk to the other guys. It was a really, really well done tailgate. Their stadium is huge. Imagine going to Oakland. Close your eyes, boys and girls. Imagine going to Oakland and like it used to be in Oakland, all of it was all black. And then just imagine, this is how big this place is. Just imagine that there's a parking lot on the 880 and a parking lot right by the walkway through the BART. That's how big it was. It was huge. And when I got to the stadium, we went to a Raider party, and it was cool. And the Raider fans were pumping, and everybody was cool. There was nobody. It was all fun. But these guys reminded me of the 1980s, 70s to 80 Raider crowd. They're just pumped. They're all red. There was the little girls that had Swifties on. This little girl said, "It's my birthday. Come and give me a tickets, Taylor Swift." It's like, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. But I was look at the red, and it was a beautiful day. And this is the first time I've ever been to Arrowhead. And the next time I go, we'll have to be a little bit more competitive. I'm not going to go until this team turns it around. I was very upset at the way we played, as every Raider fan is. And right now, Raider fans are jumping off the bandwagon. And I get it, man. It's at the start of the season. Everybody's pumped. You hear about how good this guy's going to play and how we have this guy. We have a quarterback. Realistically, you have injuries on this team, and we're not going to sit there and cry like little Mitches. But my first guest, his name is Andy, and he is a diehard. And this guy right here, I've had the pleasure to talk with him a lot, and had the pleasure of eating at Q39 with him. And we ate a lot, and we took home a lot. And he's coming on. He's going to give his view. I'm going to introduce all the guests right now. Andy, what's up, bud? Can you hear me? Andy, you there? Okay. Andy, we can't hear you. Our next guest is a guy who also went to the game. That was his game. That was this weekend. And his name is John. Another John, and this is the first time we've actually met. How you doing, Johnny?
Hello, all Mad Bombers out there.
Hey, how are you, dude? How you doing, John? Are you there, John? Okay. And last but not least, we're having technical difficulties on the show. My son, we call it nepotism at the Souza household. And This gentleman has been to lots of Raiders games, season ticket holder, and he still is a season ticket holder for Las Vegas. And let's bring him back in. J-Dog, can you hear me, J-Dog? Are you can I get 1 out of 3?
Let's go. Are we on?
Let's go. Johnny, can you hear me? Okay, we're going to start. All right. This was us at the game. All right, guys. How can we fix this? Drew, can you hear us? Andrew. Okay, Jesse.
Yep.
What would you do to get us going? What's the one constant that you see on this team? What would you do to fix this?
I mean, I feel like the biggest woes that need to be immediately fixed, on this team is something needs to be done about this offensive line. I think that our woes from, not being able to run the ball as efficiently or not giving Genty the ball enough, even just Geno throwing some of these interceptions, which granted, you guys are going to know better than me because you're at the games, but on screen, he's always rushed. I haven't seen him comfortable behind that line since game 1. And even then he had some hot feet. So I think with that, it is kind of the first order of business would be my opinion. And how do we do that? That's, do we move people around? What do you guys think?
What do you guys think? John, you okay? You good, John? Okay, Drew, are you Andrew? Can you hear me, Andrew? Okay. So in my opinion, after we lost Colt Miller and we put Stone Forsythe in there, it seemed like it went downhill quickly. But if you watch some of these plays, and again, let's go ahead and watch this one. And we just watched this play just before. Watch JPJ. He's getting pushed all the way back. And that's actually was a great pocket if we want to watch that from one more shot. Check this pocket out. That was a clean pocket. Let's try and see if we can get these guys. Drew, Andrew, you good?
I'm good now.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so we were talking about the offensive line. Okay, so what's going on? What do you think is what's that? Andrew. All right, guys. I gotta. Okay, so Jesse, in my opinion, what would you do right now if you were Pete Carroll? What would you do?
Who's our consistent lineman, and what's the chance? What rookies can we look at to see if we can bring any type of spark? What can we see that we have on because we've seen the Munford show, we've seen the the DJ Glaze flashes of brilliance 2 times a year, but what do we have on our bench? What can we do to shake it up just to give some sort of difference?
So you got Charles Grant. You just drafted Charles Grant. So let's move in that set. But you got Rodgers and Grant. You spent high draft choices on those 2 guys, right?
Right.
Okay. So what can they do any worse? And then do we want to do this? Do we want to put Meredith at guard and GAURD and JPJ at center? It seems like, you know what, watching the video right here. Let's watch that one more time. Okay. Bam. Watch the receivers come open. Okay. Boom. 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 Okay. You got at the bottom of the scene right here, you got Myers breaking loose. You got Raheem Mostert on the right. You have Jack Beck at the KC sign right in the middle, ready to go. Everybody's blocking their guy. Look at Karlaftis. Great job by DJ Glaze on Karlaftis. Great job on the other side by Stone Forsyth. And you got Meredith and Parham looking good. And they let JPJ one-on-one with Chris Jones. Let's watch it from behind. Okay, stop. Okay, there you go. It looks like Drew Tranquil, 32, is going to be blitzing, right? And look at, they pick up everything except for one guy. Boom. Look at, Kyle said it, too high. But let's stop and look at DJ Glaze. He's riding Karlaftis out. And then look at what we had seen in the past is guys were slanting towards one of the guards, right? And look, you got a great job by Parham right there, who's playing zone. He's set there right there just in case somebody was to come in blitz. Perfect pocket. And then JPJ just gets destroyed right there. Let's see if we can get Drew. Drew, are you okay? Can you hear me? All right, guys, we got to end that. Okay, so that right there is one of the big problems. All right. We need Brock Bowers back desperately. But in my opinion, I just feel like what we can do right now. Are we going to make the playoffs, Jesse?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Not with this team. But, looking back to that line, if you go back to that line, having a player like Bowers back where someone can go in and do that. I mean, look at the line, even with the short time. Where are the short passes? And that's another thing to go into is the offensive game plan is with this line being inconsistent. Where are, remember the Hunter Renfrow days? I mean, he made Carr look like a stud. It's just, I think that we moved away from those quick routes, and that's something that Bowers gives us and Mayer gives us, but I'm not seeing enough of that. And again, that's, I can go on a laundry list of things that need to be fixed, but those are some things that I missed that I don't know why we're maybe not having Brock Bowers in, but what player can we utilize for that?
Exactly. Now, again, the play before the week before the first play out of the game, we threw it to Ashton Genty on a wheel route. And it seemed like last week we were using him on the check down, and he wasn't even involved in the passing game. So I agree I agree that the play calling's not great, but it seems like if there's one time or another, I mean, again, it just seems like the line is here, and this is not just an aberration. It doesn't just happen once in a while. Look at that. I mean, he has no problem. So that's why for a while I've been saying, hey, man, we got to give Geno a little bit of a sample size right now. What is your view on Geno? What do you think about Geno right now?
I mean, where I stand with Geno is who can we right now put in position better than him? And there's I can't give you a solid answer. I don't know if AOC is the right guy. We've seen that project a few times with flashes of brilliance.
With this offensive line?
Not with this, and there's no way with us offensive line.
So that's a no.
And then, yeah, exactly. I don't think AOC's got the job. I don't think he can be as mobile as Geno has been in the past. I think that, Kenny Pickett is just, it's not the game. He's not the answer. So I would like to see them try and, I don't know, maybe let him have some calls. I mean, screens for sure. What Brian just put up, running some screen plays, just something that gets him quick, fast, and just keeps the drive alive for the confidence. It's almost like Derek Carr. Remember when Derek Carr, when he's out there playing with his best friends, he's throwing great games. As soon as any type of adversity hits, right? You can see him on the sidelines, the demeanors in the game. And it almost seems that way with Geno. And I'm a little ignorant with Geno just because I didn't pay too much attention to him in Seattle. I was happy for the comeback player, whatever. But, from the small sample size of fantasy, him kicking my ass in fantasy or JSN getting me some points, I see what he can do. And I just think that his potential outweighs shaking things up and trying to, try and pull someone off of free agency. Like, who could we do that? Or trying to play the AOC game where he's just going to get pummeled, 4 to 6 sacks a game.
Right. And Andrew, you good?
I think I'm good now.
Okay, good. Okay, sounds good. So, what is your take right now? What is your take on the Raiders? What would you like to see the Raiders do differently, and what's the problem?
Okay, so right now, I'm gonna say we have our season. We're not going to the playoffs. Let's play the young guys and see what we got.
Young guys who? Which young guys?
The ones we drafted, all the people from the draft. Porter, play JPJ. Why not start Cam Miller? Get him ready, or at least AOC. Geno's not going to do it.
You're done with Geno. You've seen enough.
He could come back, but
see, then you're doing. See, that what I think is it's almost like a fishing pole. You throw the fish, and you're using a lure, and you catch it, and then it release, and then you catch it, release. If you're not sold on Geno, then go ahead and get Kenny Pickett in there. I don't think I don't think they're going to do Miller, but I do like what you were saying about the rookies. I would like to see Porter in. I would love to see Grant, Caleb Rogers. They can't do any worse than this. You're not going to the playoffs, obviously, right now, unless there's a miracle. And this is the year you should have done it because everybody's 2-3, 3-3, 3-2, 4-3. I mean, nobody's really. I mean, the Chiefs are coming up, and it looks like they're the cream of the crop because Buffalo can't stop a run to save their booties. But what I do think is that you just mentioned Porter. How can he do any worse than Kelly? Right?
Even Luke Kelly, like the worst rated cornerback in the league.
He is, but I think the reason they keep him in is because he is strong on the run. He comes up and knocks guys' asses on the run. I see that, and I saw that this week again. Yeah. And even on that back shoulder pass by Mahomes, he had the guy pretty much covered. That was just a great play. Believe me, I'm not going to love Kelly at all. So last time, Johnny, let's see. Johnny, you good?
Yes, I'm good.
All right, here we go. So what I'm thinking, and then Johnny, you can go ahead and you've heard us remark after this. If I'm Pete Carroll, remember he said, I love playing rookies. I love playing rookies. I love playing rookies. Okay. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Let's go ahead and see Porter. Let's see Rogers. Let's see Grant. Okay. And there's a guy on our team we drafted last year. If everybody remembers, his name is DeCamerion Richardson. He's a long Pete guy. That's why they kept him around. And so why not? Why not put him in? Johnny, what do you think? You've been listening. Go ahead and chime in.
Yes, I have. I believe that Geno is definitely not the answer at quarterback, even though our offensive line is really bad. And also our defense. I mean, the cornerback and safeties are not that good. And I agree that we should play the rookies like Cam Miller and that. I'm not a huge fan of AOC. I believe he's got cement feet.
Agree. Totally agree with you. So what do you do with Geno then? Do you go to Kenny Pickett or do you watch him? You go like this. Hey, we're not going to win that many games, and we're going to go ahead and look at the schedule here soon, and see what winnable games there are left because they're shrinking. See Jackson Dart. So, what would you do with Geno, Johnny?
I'd start either Cam Miller first would be my first choice, and secondly would be Pickett.
So you're done with Geno.
I'm done with him. Yeah.
Johnny just spent a little bit of ditch this weekend in KC.
Yeah.
We'll talk about those Gates ribs later before there. But what is your what? I mean, Cam Miller was. My is any of the Bombers out there agree? I mean, he didn't look bad one preseason game, and then he looked really, really bad one. Pete Foley, look, Pete Foley's on Facebook. Pete Foley, go to YouTube. Here, let me show you, Pete. Look at that. Go to Facebook. Get off Facebook, you boomer. Get him, Jess. Jesse, you know Pete Foley to get him.
Come on, Foley. You know better than
Foley,
that.
you're better than that. Cam Miller played a little bit better in the first game than he did the second game. And I think I mean, we heard Tom Brady liked him. Remember, we heard all that. But then again, anytime you're in preseason, every preseason, we hear how good our team is, how good our defense is, and it kind of takes a dump.
Well, they keep telling us that, but we watch it and we notice that our team is not that good.
Pete Foley's a Kardashian. Look at that one. Right on, Foley, you Facebook boomer. You're a Kardashian. There's nothing wrong with being a Kardashian. There's a lot of Kardashians. I'm noticing that on social media right now. Everybody's a Kardashian. They want him to come back.
With having Geno, the graduation eyes, baby, come back.
Baby, come back. Exactly. Who are you guys Kardashians, Johnny and Andrew? Are you guys?
I thought Carl was great until he got hurt several years ago. After then, he got scared. Just watching him play, he was scared.
Yeah, you know? and I Carm, I agree. Pete is not changing anything at this point. He pretty much said it. But did you guys listen to his press conference on Monday? Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, so what he had said was, "This is a great week to let me do my great Pete Carroll impression. This is a great week for us to get in and do some evaluations on our younger guys." And then he started crying about the people that are hurt. And basically, he was saying, "I'm sorry I told you we had a winner here, but we don't. Let's be realistic. This team's bad. It doesn't. There's good pieces in right places, but your offensive line's not very good right now." And this is a week-to-week league. 2 weeks ago, Trevor Lawrence was better than 90% of the quarterbacks. Pow! Trevor Lawrence sucks. And if he was on our team, he would look the same way. Okay. But the offensive line does not look good. Let's go over to the defense. Okay. I don't know if we want to throw Miller in with how bad this offense is. Build the line and let him develop. I'm with him. You know what? I mean, Geno. I remember when Geno was a rookie. I remember when Daniel Jones was a rookie. I remember when oh Jesus, it's clearing my mind. The guy that we should have got that went to Minnesota. Guy from USC. Help me out, fellas. The guy that plays for Seattle right now.
Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
Sam Darnold didn't get his mittens until he went to Frisco, right? And then he kind of learned how to play the game again. Going on the defense, Johnny, start us off. What do we need to do on the defense? If you needed to replace people on the defense right now, where would you start?
Well, I would start at the defensive end because besides Crosby and maybe one other guy they're not getting the pass rush to the quarterback as much as they should be.
Do you think it was a mistake signing Kuntz for that deal for 1 year? Trier, what do you guys think? You first, Johnny. What do you think about Kuntz?
I mean, Kuntz is he was good at first. I mean, he's a Buffalo guy. Came from UB, where I live, and but over time he hasn't played up to his abilities, in my opinion.
What do you think, Andrew?
I don't know, is that coaching or is that him? I mean, if you look at all these players the Raiders draft, they come here, they play for a couple years, then they get traded, go somewhere else, and they do better everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
A lot
coaching?
of them do.
Is that coach? I mean, I just looking at Arden Key stats. I mean, Arden Key was not a great Raider, but he left. He was getting 6 sacks a year.
Yeah, well, then, and same thing. You have Meek Robertson the other night too.
Oh yeah.
Danico Autry. I mean, he was good. Jess, what do you think?
I think defense. I mean, Malcolm Kuntz, I am glad we only signed him for 1 year. I think that, when we saw him play and he was really good, he got the injury, he was on it. So there was some hope there. I was happy with, the fact that they were able to make it happen. But I mean, we just need something on our defensive edge. We need some sort of pressure. We are giving quarterbacks way too much time, and we need to make something happen with defensive edge. And possibly, as he was saying, the play calling. Are we giving Patrick Graham? Are we scrutinizing him enough, or are we looking at is it a personnel, or is it a coaching scheme, or is it a bit of both?
Okay, that's a great, and that's what I would love to lead into. And thank you, Jesse, for that segue. Let's watch this, shall we? Okay. Look at. Okay, look at right now. Booker's telling Fatu to move. Oh, we already passed. Let's go back and start this all over again. Look, we got players running in. We got 99 going. No. Get out of here. No, what are you doing? All right. No, you got to go. No, you got to. There's no leadership. Where's the Landon Roberts? He's the green guy, right? The green helmet. What's he doing? He's standing there. Okay. What's he doing? He's not doing anything. Jeremy Chin's not doing anything. Snowden on the left side's pushing up. And then look at right now. This is on the goal line. This is in the red zone. This is a goal to go. And you got Devin White right there, has no clue what's going on. Okay. And now, get back in there. Okay. Nobody's ready. And then here's Booker right there. What's he doing? Oh, now you got two guys right there. I've never seen that set. Is that a cover? Is that a cover 99? What do they call that? I don't understand that play at all. I don't understand that right there.
That's players not knowing what to do.
And this is week what?
7.
And we have not talked about. Okay, look at that. It looks like right there they're running the option. The Raiders are running the option right there. Look at 95's the quarterback. We're gonna do a veer right on 3. Break.
Go.
There you go. Holy guacamole. Let's watch Devin White again. That was a great effort on his part. Let's watch Devin White again. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh. Wow. So let's get back to our favorite question. Is it Pat Graham?
Oh, why was Pat Graham been a part of 3 regimes? Does Mark not want to fire him and have to pay him?
No, he's good at that. he's good at. No, damn it! Why didn't you tell me you were going to ask that question? I could have showed you all the dead cat money. It was. I agree with you. Booker was a good pickup.
Man, I think we have decent players on defense. They're just not doing what they need to do.
Right. So do you think that this is Patrick Graham's last year is this year because his contract runs out this year. So what would you do? Okay, and not fire him and then go, yeah, fire him. Okay. Is there someone you like? Is there a system you like? Is there someone who got fired as a head coach and then went back to his original team and now that's the reason why they're in first place?
No, I would like to see them get some young up-and-comer, find somebody who's got a good defense. Everyone else is hiring these young people, not recycled coaches that keep going and going and going. We keep hiring recycled coaches trying to change our culture, and it's not working. Look what happened
Yeah.
when we brought John Gruden in the first time. He was young, exciting. He got too much of the publicity, so Al didn't like that. Traded him.
Right. And then
But we had somebody
traded him.
like that.
But we've really, and the problem goes back to here. This is a great point. Can you blame a defensive player for not wanting to play for this offense? Defense was out 90 plays to our offense having 30. Great point. That is actually a great point. But let's go ahead and just and I love that talking football daily. Perfect question, perfect answer. But that's one game. I've been watching these guys, and we break it down talking football daily every Friday, and we talk about our defense. Why did we go and play zone against Patrick Mahomes when they just showed, the Jaguars just showed that you played man and you blitzed him more? And that's why me and the Oracle were talking about it on Friday. I was in the favor of going for more zero blitzes. And when the time we did zero blitz them this weekend, that was the only time that they went and came in to kick a field goal. That's how we stopped them. Johnny, what do you think of Patrick Graham?
I think he's at first I thought he was a decent defensive coordinator, but now I think he just doesn't have it. I mean, and when Crosby's off the field and he's the main leader on the defense, I think the defensive guys get lost out there, in my opinion.
Yep. That is a great point. And that goes to this point because there was rumors that we were going to trade Crosby. Okay. Remember, did everybody hear that he was going to the Cowboys today?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to happen. The Raiders met with star defensive Max Crosby today to let him know they aren't shopping him and won't trade him. And that's from Tom Pelissero. So it must be real. But
you read it on the internet, it's true, right?
It's right. I believe it. There's some guys that I listen to on the podcast all the time. Guys, what would you do though? You get rid of Pat Graham. What would be a guy? This guy that the Detroit that just went into Detroit that replaced Darren Glenn. He's actually got him playing better. He's one of those young guys. So I agree with that. I mean, are you going to get somebody from the Niners or Robert Saleh? You know how they have the Shanahan trees, the Gruden trees, the McCarthy trees. You know, that's kind of where I'm at with that right now. I've seen enough of Patrick Graham. Like at the end, I had seen enough of Derek Carr.
Yes,
it's time to move on. One last thing before we go. Did anybody watch our special teams this weekend? They played a lot. We had a lot of kickoff returns.
Yes, they definitely did.
When I saw the stat earlier that AJ Cole had more yards, three times more yards than the Raiders and punts.
Ooh, Kaka. That's a great one.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, wow.
That's a great one.
He had more punts than we had first downs.
We got our first lady in here. Deanna Sanchez. Coach, you need you how to figure out and pull all these players together to make them a team. We have some good and not so good players, but if the coaches do their job and coach them, I can agree with that a lot. I agree with that a lot. Just because of what she's saying, we just saw that with that 12 men on the field in the red zone. I mean, not too good.
And we still couldn't stop them.
And then they still scored a touchdown. Damn it. Let's watch that again. Damn it. Hey, man. There we go. Hey, you want to play? No, we'll play. Okay. 12 guys on the field. All right, back to the Talking Football Daily's point. That was at the end of the game. And that was probably play 50 to that was probably play 60 or something, 70. We'll break that down next week. So, last words. Let's start with you, Johnny. What do we need? What is your vision for the rest of the year? And then we're going to do schedule. Johnny, Johnny, Johnny Gong. Andrew.
My vision for the rest of the year, let's play the young ones. The guys we drafted in the last year or 2 years, we drafted them for a reason. Let's see how they can do. We're not going to get any worse. I mean, we already had one of the worst games in the history of the NFL with under 100 yards. We barely crossed the 50 one time. You know,
And
we need,
you just drafted him, right?
yeah, we drafted them for a reason, right?
Well, and again, if you could let him play now, sample size for the rest of the year,
Then
do
we'll
you know
have
if
to
they-
evaluate for them for next year.
there you go.
Then we'll know, do we need to draft another, do we need to draft more? Is there a trade we can get somebody good that's on the offensive line?
Well, we have so much money under the cap, right, Jay? We got almost like $90 million under the cap, but we only have 31 players. Yeah. We only have 31 players signed for next year. So that's where the problem may be. But even though the Chargers are stinking right now, first thing Harbaugh does is go out. He's got Slater, had Slater. But this is going into the season. He had Slater, and then he had Alt. The number one draft choice for him last year. And he goes and gets Mekhi Becton, and then Andre James. That didn't work out too well. And he's the first. Oh, the thing he's doing is getting his offensive line ready, right?
That's where we need to start. You got to start with the fat guys in the front, both sides, offense and defense.
Meat. You got to get the meat. Got to get the meat. So let's see. We have a Pirates Mac. The last 5 years, offense was supposed to be the strength of this Raider team. The game in Washington, Indy, the game was over after the first play in the first quarter. Chargers, same thing. The Raiders aren't built to come from behind, not skilled enough to overcome. What a great point. This team is not good enough to compete, period. Especially when you're down Brock Bowers. Thank you, Pirate. I think it's Pirate Smack. That's what Pirate Smack. Thanks for coming in, bro. Appreciate that. What do you think about that? Before I get to you, Jess, what is your last word on that, Andrew?
Yeah, we're not ready to compete. I mean, if we were in take a soccer reference, we'd be relegated.
Yeah. Jess, what's your last word? What would you do?
I think I can echo the same sentiments. I mean, let's see what we have on the bench. Let's see what we're going to go into. I think I saw someone, I think it was Vinny Bonsignor, was talking about Pete Carroll and just realizing what we're not in a win now stage and what we can do over these next 3 years. And I think that, with it just kind of see what we have. Let's not start swinging in the draft at positions we may have sitting under our belt where we can build a competitive team. So I say see what we have, and let's see what plays we have too. I mean, Chip Kelly, how many playbooks does that guy have? I'm sure a million. Let's play around and see what kind of system can work with the players that we have. And I think that the next few, the remaining weeks we should try and end on a high note to give us yet again another offseason of hope.
Well, and if he does go with the young players, it gets him off the hook for another year, right? I mean, he can go ahead. He can go ahead and go like this. Hey, man, and he's already saying it. I thought we could win by now, and it's going to take times a little bit longer. But if you go ahead and put those rookies in and they make rookie mistakes, first and foremost, I don't want the Raiders to tank. Okay. But if you're going to go ahead and see what your young players can do and they cost you games, are you going to go for a quarterback this year? Is it going to be the Fernando Mendoza show, the Dante Moore show? Please don't say Nussmeier, any of you guys. I don't want to hear that. But are you going to go quarterback, or is there going to be there's a stud offensive lineman everybody's talking about right now. And then there's 2 stud linebackers. What do you do? Do you know?
We take the best available player at the position for what we need. If it's an offensive lineman, we take him. If it's a quarterback that we like, we take him. If it's a defense, we take them. But take the best available player. Don't reach. I mean, DJ Hayden.
Oh, well, quarterbacks. My son Kyle and Jesse and talk about this all the time. you buy cornerbacks and you can buy guards, and there's a lot of we don't suck. You guys are crazy. Awesome. I love that.
Love the
I didn't say we suck. I said we're bad.
No. There he is. Choose. He had to put that. Okay, and then we got Brian Starzak says draft quarterback DT OL first 4 rounds. Well, yes, but are you in love with Fernando Mendoza? I mean, everybody watches a game and anoints him. Watches a game and anoints him. So let's and yes, Kyle, look at this. That's exactly what we do. Get the best player available. That's what Telesco did. Did you see that when Telesco was on in that little he was on a podcast and they talked about that draft, and they said, if Michael Penix was there, would you have drafted him? And he goes, nobody in the room wanted Michael Penix, basically is what he said. So all right. Right now we are 2-5, correct, folks?
Yes.
Okay. Jesse,
We're not losing next weekend.
Jesse, I'm going to have you tally these for me.
Okay.
Okay. Jacksonville, Las Vegas. Who wins that game?
Trevor Lawrence sucks. I say we get that one.
Chewy says Mendoza's a true leader, I think. And then look at this. Brian Starzak, no kickers. No, we're not the Niners. Speaking of Niners, oh, there's our resident Niner fan, Danny Pearson, the Flecto player of the year right there when he was in high school. Great hair.
Draft a punter. He's going to get the most work.
Yeah, well, we got a good punter. Just got a block from him. There he is, Flecto, with that beautiful hair. I love that hair. Okay, so Jesse says, okay, so Andrew says, yes, we're going to win that game. Jesse? You can. Jesse says yes. I'm going to go ahead and say yes because we're at home. Then we go to Denver in Empower Field on a Thursday night, week 10. Do we win that game? We all agree no.
No.
I thought I'd talk for you guys. Dallas at the Raiders. The Raiders. Holy crap.
On Monday night.
It's a Monday night game. And those tickets are going down, folks. They're going, I don't think. What do you think, guys? Dallas.
Loss.
I think we lose that game.
I think we lose that too. Cleveland against the Raiders at home.
I think that's a winnable game for us.
I think it's a winnable game too. Who's going to be playing quarterback?
Shadur.
Hey, we'll see.
Oh, I like
okay,
I saw something
guys
earlier
got
today.
The win?
They said
I got the loss. I'm taking
the loss.
Yeah,
I saw one today. Shadur going to the Cowboys, and then Primetime's going to go be their coach.
Yeah, he tried that this offseason, if you don't remember, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it didn't work then.
No, let's not get into that. That's LeVar bullshit. Next game, which is the Raiders at the Chargers in week 13th, and that's the weekend of Thanksgiving. We lose out. Gary, I almost agree with you. Gary's a badass. During the off season, I usually have to calm him down, and then he just tells me, "Shut up, fakey." So, what do we got, guys? Brian Starzak says, "Win." Say you guys are coming in late because of Facebook, because you're not on YouTube, boomers.
Well, I think the game in LA against the Chargers, that's their only home game we have left, right?
That's the only home game we have. Right? Exactly. That's our home game.
But I think the Chargers are going to probably win that game.
I just wanted you to fill that again, Andrew, if you forgot.
Yeah, it was ugly.
Ugly. And I waited
it's not as bad when they're doing that in your own stadium.
Yeah.
That's
I know. Wait till the end. Okay,
yeah, wait till the last game.
Fill it up.
Okay, Raiders. I'm going to take the Raiders as a win.
For which one?
Chargers.
For the
Guys,
Chargers?
if you're going to tell me win or loss, tell me which team, because you're popping up on the screen and I don't know. Flecto says Raiders beat the Chargers. He's being nice to me. He feels sorry for me. He told me the other day he feels sorry for me. I love that guy. Okay, Raiders, Chargers. Jesse, who you got?
I think the Raiders may surprise and win that game.
I got the Raiders winning that game. They're hurt. They're hurt on the offensive line. AFC West. That's why I'm saying Raiders win. Andrew?
I think we lose it.
Okay, Andrew's got the loss. Shall we move on? Okay, Denver at the Raiders, December 7th.
Loss.
Yeah, I'll be hungover that morning. My in-laws' 60th anniversary is the night before, so I'll be at home crying and watching that loss.
I think it's a
Okay,
loss.
I got lost too. Okay, I have two people, Kyle and Cody, trying to get me kicked off YouTube right now. You figure out why. I'm not talking about because I'm here for me. And there's three of us. Okay, lose again. Boomers, listen to me. If you say loss, tell me which game. Okay, we've been talking about games. All right, get the Geritol out, folks. Okay, here's a okay. Raiders. Okay, and then some guy just puts Denver. Hot. God damn. All right.
I think that's a Denver win, Clark.
Okay. Okay, I hate Denver. Well, that means that he says yes. Okay, I love our fans, and I love Boomers. Only a dozen Johnny Donuts will make you feel better. Well, I'm going to Johnny's this weekend. We'll talk about that later. And then look, there you go. And then loss. I love it. This is the Mad Boomer Podcast.
Hey, he's on YouTube. He's on YouTube.
He just went to YouTube. Sorry, Foley. I love Jay Foley.
You the man, Foley.
Son of a. Okay, so we got to. And this was a game that I was possibly going to go to. And we have the Raiders at Philadelphia. I want that. I want that. So let's go ahead and let's talk about what I know. Raise your hand if you wanted Jalen Hurts when he was in the draft. We'll go this way.
That man. I'm pointing to you in my square.
Oh,
The John Susan quarterback.
I want that. I want that. I know, and I'm back there again. So we all have Phillies as a win, right? We're gonna win in Philly.
Hey, they're trying to trade AJ Brown.
Oh, that's a perfect guy that we need. Yeah, we need AJ Brown, another fucking diva. Diva. I apologize for you folks at home. Never go to Philly. Well, you know what? I will once we're competitive because I want to see their fans. I don't know. So I'm going to say loss for that game.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. What the heck? Okay. This was a game I was going to go to too. Raiders at Houston. They look bad.
That is a winnable game, but we're on the road. You know what? We aren't very good on the road.
Okay.
So I think
we're not good at home either, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say
at home we can score more than 6 points.
Well, here's what's going to happen. We're going to be like right at the top of the draft again, and we'll end up winning that game on a Hail Mary, and then put us from like 1 to 4. And then we'll miss out on linebacker. Okay,
but who's going to throw the Hail Mary?
Who's going to throw the Hail Mary?
Yeah.
Here you go, Carmen. Thank you. I thought Carmen actually follows directions. Very nice. Raiders, Houston. That's a W, folks at home. It looks like we got a big crowd tonight. That's what I was asking for. Thank you so much, Carmen, for appropriating that correctly. And San Marcos has a hit and run crash. That's horrible. New York Giants at your Las Vegas Raider. The Jackson Dart Cam Scatabo show. And that's at home. And let's tell you, that's going to be a New York home game.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's a Dan Jiggets game. I think he's talking about Houston. Okay, for you folks at home.
That's right after Christmas. All the Giants fans got their tickets for Christmas and are going to fly to Vegas.
They're going to fly to Vegas and win a ton of money like everybody goes there and at least breaks even. So Dan Jiggets, that is code word for we're getting the Spiro. It's now Spiroditas. When Spiroditas is commenting your game and you have some dude like Adam Archuleta, that means you suck. We got the Tony Romo this last week. Say goodbye to Tony Romo. Say goodbye to all the good scores. It's over. We're not going to get them. We're not going to get them again. So, yes, this is a Dan Jiggets game. Like an announcer you've never heard of. Hi, this is Dan Jiggets live. Yeah, that's a Dan Jiggets game. Okay, one pick. Everybody knows the rules. Thank you, Gary. Everybody knows that. Drank my warm milk, and now I'm off to bed. Well, thank you, Cody. Look at those kids flipping off the camera for you. That's a classic. That's great parenting right there, and I am serious. So the last game is against the Kansas City Chiefs.
We shut them out.
Here's what's going to happen. Yes, we're going to have the number one pick. We're going to have the number one pick. And then right there, where somebody's going to throw another one of those Hail Mary passes, and we're going to get the number 5 pick. And I hate it. I know it. I know it's going to happen. So I'm going to say loss, though. So, Jesse, what are our tallies?
We are
thinking that last game, though,
3 wins.
They're going to be resting everybody.
So we're going to have 5 wins, right? Everybody,
total of 5.
maybe about 5 wins. Thank you. See that? The boomers are following. They're good. They're getting there. Raiders, Giants. I'm hoping for a Raiders win because I'm going. See me at the top of 246. I would love to say hello and take a picture. Just find this beautiful yellow A's hat. So we're not going to talk about draft yet. We're just talking about needs. And so I would have to say that we're in competition with the Jets. They're pretty bad. We're pretty bad. Oh, look at this. Brilliant. They sit everybody, and we still lose to Gardner Minshew. Would that be the best? The booger picker beating us? That would be horrible. All right, guys. Well, we are at 53 minutes. Andrew, what do you when's your next game, Andrew?
I go Sunday next weekend.
What are you getting there?
I get there Saturday afternoon.
Okay. I don't know
my
what
nephew for his first game.
Oh, really? Dan Batesel, who's watching, and his mom was my homeroom teacher. Killer. Such a nice lady. He's going to be with me. And then Uncle Alan's going to be with me. And one ticket's going to go to Raider Dad. So we'll talk about that next week. Guys, there will not be a show on Friday. I am going to the Bay Area for Doug Pace's wedding. I know some of you guys know who Doug Pace is. One last thing. Yeah, Bobby, our secondary is too weak. Sorry I didn't get you in quicker, Big Bob. Yep, I agree. I'm going to a wedding this weekend, so Friday show, since it's a bye, where the Oracle and I are going to take the week off. I will be back next Tuesday for another round of Raider Roundtable. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe we can do this Raider Roundtable, guys, when we have a victory, but maybe the next time it's going to be tough.
We're not losing this weekend, so.
We're not losing this weekend. So, guys, thank you very much for coming in. Jesse, Johnny, thank you for coming in. I'm sorry that you had some technical difficulties. That guy's a true Blue Raider fan from the East Coast. What a great Raider fan. I tried to get him out to that party that we went to in Miguel's, and He was like me. I was there for 10 minutes, and then I went and got myself some Gates ribs. I wanted to see the Alabama game. I wanted to see. Oh, Ty Simpson. That's the other guy that everybody's bumping about. So, guys, thank you very much, Jess. That's nepotism right there. Love my son. Thanks, Andrew. It was a lot of fun hanging with you this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Tell
no
everybody
problem.
about Q39 barbecue before we leave.
Oh, that was delicious. That's probably what happened to the Raiders' offensive line. They ate there on Saturday afternoon for lunch. They would still give us food, and the manager was saying that they just kept bringing more and more food.
So tell him what. So the manager came up to us, Andrew. Tell him what he said when he came up. We just sat down, and we just ordered some burnt ends. And then what happened?
I was too enthralled with the Bernez. I don't really, but I forgot.
No, he came up and he goes, "Hey man, I apologize for. I'm the reason why you guys lost." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, that's right.
And he goes, "Yeah, your offensive line came in with your offensive line coach yesterday, and they said, hey man, we're going to eat light. We're going to eat light." He says, "These fat asses." He says their appetizer order took up 3 screens in their kitchen.
Yeah.
And then he said they just kept ordering and ordering. And the guy goes, "I was just feeding them. And he said they ate a ton. So he's like,
yeah.
I apologize. But the dude was such a good dude. He took our phone number or gave us his phone number, said,
Yeah.
next time you're here, just call me direct. And because Saturday night we couldn't get in. It was dude, this place is bomb. It is such a great barbecue. So anyway, that was it for this weekend. Guys, thank you very much. Johnny, I love you, buddy. You're the best. And we will see you on next Tuesday with a new set of Roundtable. Good night now.
Now it's Ciani to the left. Biletnikoff to the right against Marsalis. Back is Lamonica. Throws for Biletnikoff. Touchdown Raiders! Biletnikoff is having words right now with Marsalis. Fred caught that ball after quite a physical battle with Marsalis in the right corner of the end zone. He went on out of the end zone, and then instead of slamming the ball into the turf, he ran back in about 10 yards to where Marsalis was and defiantly slammed it in the turf in front of Marsalis. The 2 tight ends are lined up as tight ends. Back goes Darrell to pass. He's looking for Smith, but instead goes down the middle. Chester, touchdown Raiders! Holy Toledo, what a great ball! 19 yards and a Raider touchdown to make it 22-3. Chester had gotten free at the 5 and was all alone in the end zone 2 yards in. The Chargers now have a brilliant opportunity to put this game away. Here's Williams to the left, Garrison to the right, flanks right, Charlie Smith out to the left as a wingback, leaves only one back to block, that's Hubbard. Lamonica back, gets fine blocking, now he throws down the middle, Branch at the 20. Branch at the 18, tripped up, keeps going, reverses to the 15, he's at the 10, he dances down to the 9-yard line. First and goal to go Raiders. 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go, and hang on to your hats. Branch is still in. He goes to the right, slotted inside Biletnikoff. 5 defensive backs in there. Lamonica gives to Smith, sending him to the left. He's got Upshaw in front. He's at the 5. He's at the 2. It's a touchdown Raiders! Charlie Smith from 9.5 yards out. Oakland has gone in front. Clarence Davis is in for Charlie Smith. He's a deep threat on pass reception. Back goes Stabler to pass, steps away from the rush. He's going to run up the left side. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10,